Hello everyone, welcome to Truk's Daily Life. I'm Truk. I'm 24 years old and I currently work as an accountant in Ninh An, Vietnam. My life may not be filled with exciting trips or extraordinary stories. Most of my days revolve around work, my family, my little kitchen, my dogs and cats, and our home in the countryside. But I've always believed that happiness doesn't have to come from big moments. Sometimes it's simply waking up to the sound of birds singing, sharing a meal with my mom, or watching the sunset along the familiar village road. That's why I created this channel, to preserve these simple, ordinary days of my life at 24. If you're looking for a quiet place to relax after a busy day, I hope this video brings you a little comfort and helps you unwind. So, let's begin a brand new day together. I woke up at 6:30 this morning. In the countryside, mornings always begin gently. The sunlight streams through the window while the sound of roosters crowing, birds singing, and the cool morning air make me feel at ease every single day. I really love mornings like this. Just taking a deep breath is enough to make me feel refreshed and full of energy. Every morning, I make my bed and tie my hair back. They may seem like such small things, but I always feel that when my surroundings are tidy and I look a little more put together, the rest of the day just feels more positive. I head to the bathroom to brush my teeth and wash my face. It's the same routine every morning, but I've never found it boring. Instead, I enjoy taking things slow and having a few quiet moments to myself before the rest of the day gets busy. After getting ready for the day, I spend about 30 to 40 minutes exercising. I didn't always have this habit. There was a time when all I wanted to do every morning was sleep a little longer. But after I started working, I realized that sitting in front of a computer for hours every day left me feeling tired and often gave me back pain. So I decided to start exercising, little by little. At first, I only worked out for about 15 minutes. Then as time went by, I gradually increased the duration. Now, if I skip a workout, it feels like something is missing. I guess my body has gotten used to this routine. I'm not trying to lose weight as quickly as possible or achieve the perfect body. I simply want to stay healthy so I can keep working, take care of my family, and enjoy peaceful days like this one. I'd love to show you around my little home. This is the place where I grew up, and it's also the place I always look forward to coming back to after a day at work. It's not a big house, and it isn't filled with expensive things. But to me, it's the most peaceful place in the world. This house is more than just the place where I live. It's where almost all of my childhood memories were made. Behind the house is a small garden where my mom grows all kinds of vegetables and seasonal plants. In the early morning or late afternoon, I love taking a slow walk around the garden, breathing in the fresh air and watching everything grow a little more each day. After my workout, I went into the kitchen and boiled 2 eggs for breakfast. It was a simple meal, but enough to start the day. While waiting for the eggs to cook, I took the opportunity to hang the laundry outside. One of the things I love most about living in the countryside is the smell of clothes that have been dried under the sun. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way, but I've always thought that clothes dried outdoors smell so much fresher than ones dried in a machine. My mom woke up early this morning to go to the local market. Back in my hometown, the market is only open in the morning, so everyone tries to get there while the weather is still cool. Today, she came home with banh moot, one of Nihyeon's most beloved traditional rice rolls. All I had to do was carefully arrange it on a plate. It may seem like a simple breakfast, but every time my mom brings home banh moot from the market, I still get excited. Maybe it's because this is a flavor I've grown up with since childhood. The rice rolls are incredibly soft, with a gentle aroma of freshly steamed rice. Paired with a little dipping sauce, they're delicious on their own. Sometimes, it's these simple, familiar dishes that I miss the most whenever I'm away from home. Once everything was ready, my mom and I sat down to enjoy breakfast together. Nothing fancy, just a quiet morning meal at home. We chatted while we ate, and somehow the whole morning felt a little slower and a lot more peaceful. I've come to realize that happiness doesn't always come from big moments. Sometimes, it's simply sharing a meal you love with your mom on a calm morning. And honestly, that's the perfect way to start the day. After breakfast, I always spend a little time cleaning the house. I start by sweeping the floor, making my way through each room one by one. It may seem like a simple chore, but I actually enjoy this quiet part of the morning. As the dust disappears and everything becomes tidy again, the whole house feels lighter and more comfortable. Keeping the house clean every day also means there's never too much work to do all at once. It's a small habit that helps me start the day with a clear mind. This is Moon, our black cat, resting in her basket with her 2 little kittens. They look so peaceful lying together, and I couldn't resist stopping for a moment to watch them. Just outside the house, one of our neighbors is building a new home. Every day, the sound of construction reminds me that the neighborhood is slowly changing. New houses are going up, but the peaceful atmosphere here still feels the same. With the sweeping done, I grab a mop and finish cleaning the floor. There's something satisfying about seeing the floor shine after all the dust is gone. It doesn't take long, but it makes the whole house feel fresher and more comfortable. These little chores may seem ordinary, but they're part of my daily routine. Sometimes it's these quiet moments that make home feel warm and comforting. After cleaning the house, I was feeling pretty tired, so I treated myself to a bottle of milk to recharge. For lunch, my mom decided to make fish cakes, and my job was to prepare the fresh herbs. I picked out the herbs one by one, washed them carefully, and set them aside. Fresh herbs are a simple ingredient, but they add so much flavor and freshness to the dish. Once everything was ready, I added the herbs to the fish mixture along with a few seasonings. Then I mixed everything together until the ingredients were evenly combined. It's a simple step, but taking the time to mix everything well makes a big difference in the final texture and flavor. I always enjoy helping out with little tasks like this in the kitchen. They're not difficult, but it's a nice way to spend time with my mom while getting lunch ready. Before long, the fish cake mixture was ready for the next step, and the kitchen was already filled with a delicious aroma. While my mom making the fish cakes, I went to cook the rice. Cooking rice is one of those small tasks that's part of almost every meal in our home. It only takes a minute to rinse the rice, add the right amount of water, and press the button. Once it's cooking, all that's left to do is wait. By the time the rice is ready, lunch will be ready too. Everything always seems to come together at just the right time. As each fish cake was gently placed into the hot oil, the pan filled with a satisfying sizzle. Just a few minutes later, the whole kitchen was filled with an irresistible aroma. The smell of the fish, fresh herbs, and crispy fried shallots drifted through the house, making me want to sneak a taste right away. I gently flipped each fish cake over. With every turn, the golden, crispy crust slowly appeared. Watching them puff up and turn beautifully golden in the hot oil, I couldn't help but feel that cooking has its own special kind of joy. While waiting for the fish cakes to cook, I started preparing the shrimp for the soup. I strained the ground shrimp to make it smoother before cooking. It only took a moment, but this small step helps give the soup a nicer texture. Along with the fish cakes, I also made a pot of shrimp and tomato soup for lunch today. Back in my hometown, when tomatoes are in season, my mom either grows them in our garden or buys plenty from the local market. Some days we even harvest a whole basketful. Since we can never finish them all while they're fresh, my mom washes them, cuts them into small pieces, and stores them in the freezer to use later. That way, even after tomato season is over, we always have tomatoes ready to make a warm bowl of soup. Today, it was just my mom and me at the lunch table. The house felt quieter than usual. For a long time after my dad passed away, I was afraid of mealtimes. Not because the food wasn't good, but because his familiar seat at the table was empty. It's been 6 years now. The sadness isn't as overwhelming as it used to be. But on the most ordinary days, all it takes is seeing a dish my dad used to love or hearing someone mention him, and I find myself missing him all over again. After going through that loss, I realized that the most precious thing isn't having a table full of delicious food. It's having someone to share a meal with. So, if you're still able to have a meal with your parents today, I hope you'll try to get home a little earlier. Some things seem so ordinary when we have them, but only after they're gone do we realize how truly precious they were. After lunch, it was time to prepare a meal for some very special members of the family. We have 2 adult dogs, 5 puppies, 1 mother cat, and 2 kittens. So there's always something going on in our yard. This is Kun. 2 years ago, I found her after she had been abandoned. I decided to bring her home. I never imagined that she would one day become the mother of 5 adorable puppies. This is Milu. Milu has been with my family for about 15 or 16 years. You could say we've grown up together, and she's been by my side through almost my entire childhood. With everything done for the morning, it was finally time to take a little break. A 2-hour nap always helps me recharge and gives me plenty of energy for the afternoon. After a short afternoon nap, the house became lively again, with the laughter of my 3 nieces and nephews. They're all my older brother's children. I think they're probably watching something together. Right in front of my house, a new home is about to be built. For the past few days, the sounds of drilling, metal cutting, and trucks delivering building materials have been going on almost nonstop. Sometimes I have to film the same scene several times just because the trucks are so loud. At first I was a little worried that the noise might bother everyone watching my videos. But then I realized this is also a very real part of my everyday life. This afternoon, I decided to boil some corn for the family to enjoy as a light snack. These ears of corn were ones my mom bought from the local market this morning. It's corn season now, so every ear is plump, juicy, and wonderfully sweet. Back home in the countryside, I still prefer cooking over a wood-fired stove. Maybe it's because I grew up with the smell of wood smoke, the gentle crackling of the firewood, the faint, smoky aroma blending with the sweet scent of corn simmering in the pot. It's a smell that always brings me back to my childhood. Before long, the water was bubbling away in the pot. The sweet aroma of the corn soon filled the entire kitchen. It's a scent that's hard to put into words. Just one breath of it brings all my childhood summers rushing back. When I lifted the lid, a cloud of warm steam rose from the pot, carrying the unmistakable aroma of freshly boiled corn. One breath was all it took to know it was perfectly cooked. When I was little, my older brother and I used to race to see who could finish an ear of corn first. Now we've grown up, and no one races anymore, but every time I peel back the husk of a freshly cooked ear of corn, those simple childhood memories come flooding back. By the time the corn was ready, everyone was calling each other to come and eat. I carried the plate of steaming hot corn out to the front porch. My mom and my little nephew were already sitting there, waiting. Looking at that simple moment, I suddenly realized happiness doesn't always come from extraordinary things. Sometimes it's just an ordinary afternoon. The sound of children laughing, the sweet aroma of freshly boiled corn, and my mom sitting right beside me, even though I could still hear the drills and the trucks going back and forth outside the gate. Inside this little home, everything still felt peaceful. Maybe peace isn't about finding a place with no noise. It's about being surrounded by the familiar sounds of everyday life, while sharing them with the people you love. This is the part of the day I look forward to the most. I take Kuhn out for a bike ride. The country road where I live is never too busy. On both sides of the road are rice fields, rows of trees, and the familiar homes of our neighbors. Every now and then, we pass someone taking a walk or tending to their garden. Everyone greets each other with a warm smile. I truly love life in the countryside. It's not too busy, it's never rushed. Everything moves at just the right pace, giving me time to enjoy each little moment. Sometimes, I stop my bike for a few minutes just to look up at the sky. Quiet moments like these make all the stress from work seem to melt away. I know there are so many people who dream of living a peaceful life, and I feel incredibly grateful that I get to live that kind of life every single day. And just like that, my Sunday has come to an end. Thank you so much for spending the day with me, from morning until night. My life may seem very ordinary, but I truly believe that it's these ordinary moments that become our most beautiful memories. I hope this video gave you a chance to take a break from the busyness of everyday life and enjoy a few peaceful moments in a small countryside village in Ninh, Vietnam. If you enjoyed this kind of slow and cozy vlog, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. I'm Truk. This is Truk's Daily Life. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next vlog.